Hello everyone and welcome to Justin's World for You. My name is Justin, and today in this video, as you can read by the title and by the thumbnail, we're going to be racing the 0% AI and trying to give ourselves a little bit of a challenge in doing so. We're going to be using all 5 Tyre compounds and try and see if we can win the race. We'll let them go in front, and we'll be racing as Max Verstappen in the Red Bull around Silverstone in a 0% race, and yeah, let's see what happens.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of the British Grand Prix. This iconic track held the very first World Championship Formula One race back in 1950, and it's a firm favourite amongst the fans and drivers alike. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase, and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Albon, Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Norris and Sergio Perez, Grosjean, Sainz, Lance Stroll and Ocon, Latifi, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi and Pierre Gasly. Raikkonen and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright, so we're going to be starting from 6th or whatever position. We're starting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is 6. But we're going to be pulling over and letting everyone by. So we're not going to start on the softs. We're going to start on the hards and then go on the wets, inters, mediums, get, all the slower compounds out of the way first. And then towards the end, we'll make a push on the softs. I feel like that'll be the better strategy and the best thing to do. So we're going to load up a setup just to get us a little bit of a little push, and we decided to overfuel the car by quite some margin, so like that we can get a good boost and also run a rich mix for a majority of the race. So I'm not gonna hype you all up because we're gonna get a really shocking start. We're gonna let every single driver go by and try and catch up then as we get a little bit of lag there, unfortunately. The hards are very difficult to warm up. As you can see, I'm sliding all over the place. I'm trying to make positions into turn 1, but I know they're just going to turn in. It's not worth it. So we think better into turn 2. We grab 2 cars, and we're already up into P18. A little bit of contact there. And here, as you'll be able to see, the hards are so cold. I'm basically drifting through that corner and almost sideswept Giovinazzi completely there as we get a warning collision. But we make up positions into P14. Now we're behind Nicholas Latifi, going around his outside, and also around the outside of Ocon. Then we do a nice switch back to get Sainz, and we switch to the outside. Actually, no, we stick to the inside, and we get Grosjean, and we're already in the points after that terrible start. And then we have Norris. We're going to make easy pickings as we almost oversteer into him. Then we go down around the outside of Perez. He gives us a lot of room, and we do a Max Verstappen to Bottas here, Silverstone 2017, around the outside, and easy pickings. I believe it's 2017, if not it's 2018, but either one. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because we're going to be boxing this lap, so all these positions we're essentially going to lose. We rammed the back of Ricciardo there, almost losing the back end, but luckily we get greater exit speed, and we make it into the pits just before anything can happen. So we're going on the wets. We actually alt-tapped to see if I was recording there because I wasn't sure if I was. It's a quick stop, 2.6, and really right now it's going to be such a pain to get these tires to survive, as we almost pull off a Romain Grosjean there exiting the pits, and that's not the first time you'll see that either. So we stick it in we rev it up high so like that we prevent wheel spin by gearing up in new gears, more revs, more speed, etc. But luckily something that saves me here on these wet tires, because I'm going to be slowest through the field definitely by far, Charles Leclerc is out of the session, meaning that there's a VSC, meaning everyone's going to have to stick to their delta, go half their speed, meaning that essentially we're all in a level picking field, and on my wets I won't be losing that much time. And I feel like by the end of this, if I did have my wets, I think, or the VSC didn't happen, I think I would have struggled a bit more. But towards the end, it turns off, and Raikkonen's actually faster than me on these wets. So these wets are really struggling as we come into the pits now for to get rid of these wets and to go in the intermediates. We're going to speed up the process, as this is the longest pit lane entry exit stop thing in the whole game, 2.6 seconds average as well. And then we're going to do one more stop at the end of it to go on the mediums, and then we'll try and pull away afterwards. So now we're going to go into hyperdrive to show the lap on these intermediates. It's nothing really interesting, it's just me going at my own pace, suffering like crazy on these intermediates. So I don't think it's really worth me showing everything in its full potential. But I believe this lap was quite slow. I think we did like a 2-minute 30 this lap, or something along those lines. I don't know, but I definitely know it was at least 2 minutes the lap, which is really slow, considering you want to do you want to aim for low 30s. As we come across the line, it's a 2-minute 2-minute 9, almost a 2-minute 10 lap. And then now we're going on the mediums, so now we're definitely going to be showing some pace, as we're almost getting lapped. As you can see on the minimap, the leaders have almost caught up to us. But now on the mediums, we're going to try and catch up, and we're going to use these mediums to catch up as much as we can, and then box for the softs afterwards. So like that, try and extend this as long as possible, so like that we don't get lapped. And yeah, so this is my fastest lap of the session on the mediums, at least, and we box for the softs. And we created a big enough gap that I wasn't going to get lapped, get held behind any traffic, get any dirty air. So it's basically how it was when I boxed on the mediums, and that was after 2-3 laps. So now we're going to push like we've never pushed before, all quality laps for the remainder of this race. And skipping on to lap 9, we've caught up to them. We made up a minute and something seconds, but then again they did box. And yeah, so now we go down the inside of both, and we almost hit the back of Gasly there, but we stick it in second gear, so like that we don't get too much wheel spin, and that's us into P15.
P15, you're in P15, Kvyat ahead, gap to car in front is 9.3 seconds.
So we have 9.3 seconds when just before Maggots and Beckett's, and exiting Stowe, I believe this is, or Cops, not sure. We've already caught up, and we're already all over the back. And we get 2 cars there, as I believe that was Grosjean who just came out the pits there, and Kvyat, and then we get Sainz and Magnussen heading into turn 3. And with Ocon, this is actually a really risky move I did. I try to go around the outside, but I actually go off track and overtake him, and luckily that was not an illegal overtake. I don't know how that was an illegal overtake, because I would have had to slow down massively as we get past Norris really easily. And here I got held up massively because I got stuck behind Perez, and he was going 110 kilometers an hour in that corner, but then he gives us the big squeeze, and we get absolutely zero space. I almost pulled off an Alexander Albon there from last week, the first Silverstone race, and almost take each other out, as Ricardo on the hards, we pass him in to P5, but then we have a 5.6 second gap to our teammate, and we catch him up just the next lap. And sorry if I'm skipping in between, it's just really just me catching up and running on my own pace, and I feel like these overtakes are a little bit more interesting than just me zooming past lap times and corners. So we go into hyperspeed just so we can catch up to the back of Hamilton. We think of going down the inside, but we see that door is going to close, so we go around the outside. And now we're doing a drag race. We keep it into lean because we know he's going to brake super early, and we could just zoom around the outside. But we want to make it a clean overtake and keep it on track. We don't really keep it on track, but it'll do. And yeah, going through Megas, we pull off the 2017 iconic Max Verstappen overtake here, and on the exact same person, Verstappen on Bottas. So that's definitely history repeating itself. And going through here now, we go into P1. In just a quick second, we turn on overtake mode, but then we turn off and we go round his outside.
Excellent work, very well done. Let's hold on to this now, first place.
As Jeff motivates me here. And now we're going to go on a lap around, it's not my quickest lap, but it's my quickest first sector at least. But yeah, there was really, this last lap, I tried pushing to get a fastest lap, but I didn't end up getting fastest lap because I practically had no ERS left to play with. I kept using it. And as you can see coming out of here, I only got 6%, so I try and use all of that, but then we get 0%, not even halfway through the straight. So we keep it on overtake, we keep it turned on as we come across the line now to win the Silverstone Grand Prix using all 5 Tyre compounds.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
And we get driver of the day. I wonder why.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
So yeah, we won the race, and as he said, we had some sublime tyre management. That is definitely debatable, to say the least, because we went on every single tyre compound, so tyre management definitely was not there. But we definitely did good to keep it on track and not spin out. And it was a really good race. I enjoyed it. I had lots of fun overtaking the field and getting everything done and everything. But I just want to thank you all so much for 700 subscribers and also blowing up my last video with the Black Mercedes at 2.5 thousand views. I love you all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.